married for a full 10 years. It was the first time the husband drove his wife's car, but the moment he sat in the driver's seat, a cold AI voice made his blood run cold on the spot. Ready to depart. Navigation set to Xu Yuan and Yanli's home. Xu Yuan was his wife's name. But who the hell was Yanli? His heart skipped a beat. He immediately called his wife to test the waters. On the other end, she only panicked for a split second, then casually brushed it off, saying it was her new postdoc student. The students borrowed her car last week for a trip. Probably some clueless kid messing with the settings. It sounded perfectly reasonable, but it couldn't quiet the suspicion in his heart. He followed the navigation all the way to that so-called home. Just as he was about to get out, a young man walked up to the car, thinking it was the woman coming back. He was grinning ear to ear, but as the window rolled down, it revealed the husband's stone-cold face. The so-called first love instantly got nervous. The man locked his eyes on the clothes in his hand. It looked exactly like his wife's personal sleepwear. He didn't want to believe his wife of 10 years would betray him, so he sat in the car suffering through the entire night. The next day his wife seemed to sense something was off. She called saying she only loved him, and would always be loyal. But the moment the call ended, that guy named Yanli rushed over and hugged her, right in front of the husband. The two held each other tightly and kissed like no one else existed. That scene felt like a loud slap, straight across the man's face. At that moment his heart completely shut down. He expressionless lifted his phone, and recorded the undeniable evidence. Then he decisively called his 4 ride or die childhood friends, all to make sure his wife would leave with nothing. The hacker genius among them instantly dug up their secret relationship account. Turns out she had been cheating from the very beginning. When his grandfather was critically ill fighting for his life, she was flirting outside the hospital room. What was even more chilling, the core academic paper he wrote after countless sleepless nights, she secretly sent it straight to that guy, who used it as his doctoral thesis. If not for the quick investigation, once it got published, the man would have been branded a plagiarist by everyone. Betraying the relationship was one thing, but draining his entire team's hard work for another man. He immediately called the dean, asking him to arrange a doctoral defense for the next day. He would be there in person. Back home he started packing to leave for good, but when he opened the door he saw his wife showing off her love with that guy. Even more infuriating, that pretty boy was wearing his sleepwear. The man stepped forward and ordered him to take it off, but his wife didn't even bother pretending anymore. She shielded him instead, and snapped at her husband for bullying her precious student. The guy immediately put on a pitiful act, saying he didn't want to ruin their marriage, and took off the sleepwear like a victim. Seeing her little darling wronged, the wife was heartbroken for him. She grabbed him and slammed the door on the way out, still thinking her husband would come begging like before. Little did she know he felt nothing anymore. He turned around and burned every manuscript and raw data at home. He wanted to see, without that core data, what that pretty boy would use for his defense tomorrow. He still underestimated how shameless they could be. At the defense the next day, even after realizing the data was gone, the guy still went up with the remaining backup. Looking at the groundbreaking results on the screen, the senior professors were stunned, calling it a once-in-a-century academic miracle. The wife sitting on the panel looked proud, immediately suggesting he be accepted with